In January 2019, the New Orleans Saints are not just playing a football game. They're chasing a correction, a rewrite of what they believe the league owes them. Last year, it was the Minneapolis Miracle, a fluke, a nightmare. But this year, it's different. This year, Drew Brees can feel it. He's 40 years old now. He's broken records, shattered expectations, carried this city through more than just football. And as the clock winds down in the NFC Championship game, he stands on the edge of one more shot at greatness, one more Super Bowl, nearly a decade after his first. The situation is simple. The Saints are driving, tie ball game. They're in field goal range, but a first down can all but end it. He knows the math. A new set of downs drains the clock, gives his team control. In his mind, the path is clear. One more throw, one more conversion, one more precise decision. This scenario is familiar, practiced thousands of times. He looks over the defense, sees the matchup, Tommy Lee Lewis breaking into the flat. He drops back, 1, 2, 3 steps. Protection holds just long enough. His eyes go straight to Lewis. Before the ball arrives, the defender does. A collision, helmet to helmet. Lewis is spun to the turf, the ball skidding past untouched. From where he stands, the play looks as obvious as any he's seen all season. There's no flag, no discussion, no late whistle. The crowd shifts from roaring to confused anger. Coaches scream from the sideline, demanding the call everyone expects. On the field, Brees processes the moment. This isn't just a missed call. This is the play that decides whether the ball stays in his hands or not. No flag means no automatic first down, no new chances to drain the clock, no chance to secure the game on their terms. The Saints settle for a field goal. They take the lead but not control. And he knows the truth. The door has been left open. And in championship games, open doors are dangerous. The Rams answer. They tie it. Soon, overtime arrives. The Saints win the toss. The ball is back in his hands. A second chance to shut the door himself. He calls the play. One more drive. One more shot. Pressure comes. A hand hits his arm. The ball flutters. Picked. Just like that, control is gone again. He watches from the sideline as the Rams drive downfield. Each completed pass feels like a step farther from the Super Bowl. Then the kick. Straight through. Game over. The stadium doesn't explode. It deflates. Players lower their heads. Fans stare in disbelief. Drew Brees understands exactly what has happened. This wasn't just a loss. It was a moment where a call, out of his control, changed the trajectory of a championship dream. For him, the pain isn't only in losing the game, but in knowing that at the defining moment of his late career, the outcome slipped out of his hands and into someone else's. For the NFL fans, it's remembered as the no call, the time we were robbed of a Drew Brees versus Tom Brady Super Bowl. For Drew Brees, it becomes something deeper. The day years of preparation collided with a decision out of his control. And no matter how many records he broke, this moment never fully leaves him. Super Bowl 49 had the Seahawks facing the New England Patriots. All season long, the Seahawks carried a swagger, and leading them was Russell Wilson. Young, poised, unshaken. He stepped into this game believing in the system, the preparation, and the trust built between every player on that sideline. As the fourth quarter unfolded, that confidence felt justified. But the Patriots surged late, flipping a 10-point deficit into a 28-24 lead. Time was running out. The dynasty of Seattle, once so close to taking shape, now hung in the balance. And then, something unbelievable happened. A deep ball down the right sideline, broken up, bobbled, nearly dropped. But Jermaine Kearse somehow catches it on his back, a juggling, twisting miracle grab that echoes the unlikeliest plays in Super Bowl history. Seattle suddenly has the ball inside the red zone, and fate, once again, feels ready to bend their way. The next play, Marshawn Lynch takes the handoff and barrels toward the goal line. One tackle, another. He powers forward, but the Patriots stop him inside the 1-yard line. The Seahawks stand inches from a championship. The Patriots brace for the final blow. Everyone knows what the obvious call is. Lynch is the hammer built for moments like this. But inside Seattle's huddle, the call comes in. A pass. A quick slant designed to beat the stacked front New England shows. From Russell Wilson's perspective, the logic fits. The Patriots load the middle, selling out to stop Lynch. A clean throw here, and Seattle takes the lead. A dynasty becomes real. He calls for the snap. The ball arrives. The receiver breaks inside. For a split second, the window is there, just wide enough for the throw he's made countless times. But across the formation, Malcom Butler, a rookie, a backup corner, diagnoses the route with impossible speed. He explodes toward the ball, arriving at the exact instant the pass does. And in the blink of an eye, everything reverses. The ball is intercepted. The goal line that moments ago symbolized destiny now becomes the boundary separating triumph from heartbreak. The stadium dissolves into chaos. Patriots celebrating, Seahawks stunned, momentum erased in a single heartbeat. From Wilson's perspective, the weight settles quickly. This isn't just an interception. It's the unraveling of a championship inches from being reclaimed. It's the moment that reshapes a legacy, the decision that invites years of scrutiny, the play that transforms certainty into disbelief. Across the field, confetti begins to fall. But not for Seattle. For the rest of the world, it becomes the goal line pick. For him, it becomes a defining fracture. The single yard that stood between a dynasty fulfilled and a legacy forever questioned. In December of 2015, the Packers-Lions rivalry carried more weight than just another divisional game. For Green Bay, this season was slipping. Injuries, inconsistency, and frustration had turned expectations into pressure. For Detroit, this game represented something different. A chance to flip the script. A chance to prove that dominance in the division didn't always belong to the same team wearing green and gold. And standing across from them once again was Aaron Rodgers, a quarterback who had spent years turning Lions' hope into late-game heartbreak. All night at Ford Field, Detroit played like a team ready to change that narrative. They controlled the pace. They answered every push from Green Bay. And as the fourth quarter wound down, belief spread through the sideline. With under a minute remaining, the scoreboard read 23-21, Lions. Green Bay had the ball deep in its own territory. No timeouts. One last chance. From the Lions' perspective, this was the ending they had earned. One more stop, and the rivalry conversation changes. The Packers face third down. Desperation sets in. A lateral play unfolds. The ball pitched backward, chaos by design, a final attempt to keep the night alive. The ball finds its way back into Aaron Rodgers' hands. A defender closes in, wrapping him up short of the line to gain. Then the flag appears. An official signals a defensive face mask. The clock resets. The game is not over. In an instant, certainty turns into disbelief. The moment that was supposed to seal the win now extends it. Green Bay moves the ball forward. Time no longer matters. Only one untimed play remains. Everyone in the stadium knows what's coming. Rodgers takes the snap and scrambles. He rolls right, setting his feet. Then he launches the ball, higher than expected. The pass hangs in the air, drifting toward a sea of bodies. Defenders time their jumps. Hands reach upward. The ball falls towards the crowd. It drops into the arms of Richard Rodgers. Touchdown. For a moment, Ford Field goes silent. Players stand frozen, staring at a result that feels impossible. From the Lions' perspective, this isn't just a loss. It's another chapter in a rivalry defined by moments like this, where preparation, effort, and control dissolve in the face of one throw. For the rest of the league, it becomes known as the miracle in Motown. Another highlight added to Aaron Rodgers' legacy. For Detroit, it becomes something else entirely. The realization that sometimes, even when you do almost everything right, the rivalry still finds a way to break your heart. Super Bowl 51 was supposed to be the night the Atlanta Falcons arrived. Not as a feel-good story, not as an underdog, but as champions. All season long, this offense had been unstoppable. Matt Ryan playing the best football of his career. Julio Jones uncoverable. A team built to score quickly, and often. Across the field stood the New England Patriots, the standard of the league, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, a dynasty that defined eras. But as the game unfolded, Atlanta didn't flinch. They attacked. They executed. They built a lead that felt unreal. By the third quarter, the scoreboard read 28-3. From the Falcons' perspective, this wasn't luck. This was preparation paying off. This was dominance on the biggest stage in sports. On the sideline, belief turned into anticipation. Smiles appeared. Helmets loosened. This didn't feel rushed anymore. It felt inevitable. Up 28-3 in the third quarter of the Super Bowl, the Falcons weren't imagining if they'd win, but how it would feel when it ended. Owner Arthur Blank made his way down toward the field, not to celebrate early, but because the moment finally felt close enough to touch. But even in that confidence, the doubt doesn't arrive as noise. It arrives quietly. On the sideline, in between smiles and celebration, a microphone catches a single sentence, almost tossed away, almost casual.
It's Tom Brady, though, man. I know. I'm never comfortable. We about to put up 40-something.
Everyone on that field knew the truth. No lead is truly safe when Brady is still standing on the other sideline. The Patriots score once. It doesn't feel dangerous yet, just inconvenient. The scoreboard changes, but not the mindset. 28-9. Still a three-score game. Still Atlanta's to control. They don't need to match points. They just need one more drive, one more sequence to drain time, to reset the order of the game, to put the pressure back where it belongs. Then New England adds a field goal. 28-12. Still manageable, still in control. The Falcons don't need to answer. They don't need heroics. They just need one drive, one sequence to slow the game down, one moment to put the pressure back where it belongs. But they can't find their rhythm. Matt Ryan fumbles. The ball goes back to Brady, and this time it feels different. A strip sack, a short field. Suddenly the Patriots are moving fast, but never rushed. Brady finds the end zone, then the two-point conversion. 28-20. Now it's real. The Falcons get the ball again, with another shot to close out the game, and then they get it. Matt Ryan drops back and launches one down the sideline. Julio Jones twists his body, drags his toes, and secures the ball inches from the boundary. It's perfect, iconic, the kind of catch that usually ends Super Bowls. The Falcons are deep in Patriots territory. The clock is on their side. History is right there. But instead of closing the door, it slips. A sack. A flag. The rhythm disappears. What should have been the dagger turns into a punt. Then comes the catch that breaks reality. A pass tipped into the air. Bodies colliding. The ball suspended for a heartbeat too long. And somehow, Edelman comes down with it. From the Falcons' view, this is the moment the game stops feeling logical. Not unlucky. After the catch, everything accelerates. The Patriots move with urgency, but not panic. Short completions, quick decisions, no wasted motion. Atlanta's defense is on its heels, trying to process what just happened while the clock keeps running. Then the Patriots finds the end zone again. Just like that, the game is tied. And for the first time all night, the Falcons aren't protecting a lead. They're chasing control that's already gone. When overtime arrives, the Falcons no longer feel in control of anything. New England wins the toss. Brady walks onto the field calm, methodical, certain. Atlanta watches from the sideline as the drive unfolds, knowing what's coming before it happens. When the final play crosses the goal line, there's no shock, only silence. A 28-3 becomes more than a score. It becomes a warning, a reminder that belief can turn into disbelief faster than anyone expects. For the world, it's history. For the Falcons, it's the night they learned that, against Tom Brady, the game isn't over until it's over.